So I guess I'm creating this little saga of me having beef with the furry community. Now, I don't hate the furry community. Well, partially. It's like a 51-49 split. And 51-49 as in like I respect it, but then I also don't respect it. Part of that is because of my experience and the fact that they're normalizing porn addiction with the sites of E61 for Affinity and Black Dragon, which is a website that you shouldn't go to unless if you're an adult and want to experiment with your pleasure of feeling aroused of something that is a toy for adults. If that makes sense. So I could simply explain that to you. So about 2 weeks ago, I searched why I left the furry fandom on the YouTube search bar to see if there's any furries that has any YouTube videos that share similar stories of why I left the furry fandom. And I see this YouTube short being made by this content creator going by a name of ZK Art. Now, I don't know a lot about the ZK Art person, and I'm trying to know what is her side of the story. Now, the caption says, "Do I regret this decision?" And I thought it was going to be her talking about the experience of being part of the furry fandom. But no, the YouTube short was entirely different of what I was expecting.
It seems that I made quite a few of you upset by calling Michael Mouse a furry. Thinking about it, I do have something else to say on the matter. Donkey Kong's a furry, Sonic's a furry, Agretsuko, Spyro, Zootopia's furry city, Bowser's a furry, Digimon's full of furries, Pokemon furries, Space Jam furries, Killer Queen furry, Superman furry, Winnie the Pooh furry, BoJack Horseman, that's a furry, Banjo-Kazooie furry, Robin Hood furry, The Bad Guys furry, Boy and the Beast furry, Chester the Cheetah, major furry, Inuyasha, his brother's a furry, and every single piece of media in which there are anthropomorphic animals because that is the definition of being a furry. No, it doesn't matter that they're popular. Furry is furry. Read a dictionary.
No. That doesn't make any sense. The only reason why you're calling it furry is because of how you view these Anthro characters, alright? If the furry fandom wasn't created after they were visually expecting of how horny they were when they saw Lola Bunny back in the 90s, and yes, the 1997 version of Space Jam and not the 2021 version of Space Jam, which is the sequel, we could have been enjoying Anthro media in peace. I'm talking about like Zootopia, The Lion King, Fox and the Hound, The 101 Dalmatians. You got The Jungle Book. You also got a classic like Winnie the Pooh or the Disney icon Mickey Mouse. You got DreamWorks classics like Shrek, Shrek 2, Shrek the Third, Shrek Forever After, Puss in Boots, Puss in Boots The Last Wish. You got shows like Pokemon, Digimon, Yokai Watch. You also got some really good classics that I enjoyed made by Hayao Miyazaki, the creator of Studio Ghibli, like Spirit Away, Howl's Moving Castle, Ponyo, or Princess Mononoke, or just recently Suzume, a film that legit made me tear up. Regardless if it's an animal that walks on all fours and can talk, or walks on 2 legs and can talk, have clothes like a human, talks like a human, that doesn't make it furry. Only reason why you make it furry is because you ruin anything that's innocent and make it into sex material. It could be a pencil or a drumstick from a chicken leg. Say, oh, I want to shove that up my ass. And I remember this trend on Twitter where there was artists posting their OCs called the Jacko pose. And I don't know who Jacko is, but as far as I know, it's a person from Guilty Gear, this online fighting game. And you guys ruined it by showing your on an art piece for pleasure, for the furry community to watch. We can't even enjoy Anthro media anymore. It could be a movie, it could be a show, it could be a manga, a comic book, a video game, and people will call it furry because the furries ruined Anthro media. It could be something innocent, but we can't. We can't enjoy that. Alright, as soon as somebody calls it furry, it ruins for everybody. Not for everyone, but a large sum of people. And the reason why I'm making this video is because just because you enjoyed Zootopia, alright, and I'll be honest, I enjoyed it too. It really showed a positive message about racism, regardless of you're a carnivore and herbivore. We're all the same. We all live in one community. And it also talked about drugs, which was a topic that MatPat did talk about in film theory before he retired on YouTube. And I also want to mention this. Just because you watch Princess Mononoke, or you watch Pokemon, or you watch Inuyasha, it doesn't make you a furry, okay? Furries ruined Anthro media, or any media that involves with talking animals, or animals that walk on all fours that are anthropomorphic. And regardless of how shameless the furries are, okay, it's sad, alright? We can't enjoy things because the furries ruined everything. And even if it's the reality that we live in, we're tired of it. I feel like it makes a lot more sense for Japanese people to become furries than Americans being furries, because the pop culture in that country is a lot more colorful than what America has provided, let alone make that become widespread for every country in the world to participate. That's all I gotta say for this video as a response to what I gotta say. And I'm gonna be honest, I was upset and I had to make a video about it to let out how I feel. That's all I gotta say. This is Wolf.Gray, and I'll see y'all later.